Alright, how you going guys? So, today we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. Before we start, I did a couple of things off camera. I got our ender tank set up from the lava generator at the nether, so we'll just go there first. We'll take it nice and slowly to start off with. For anyone who's watching, if you want to continue watching, most of this episode will be a big time-lapse build. It'll be pretty intense, it'll be very quick, but it's going to run for most of the episode. But yeah, anyways, we're back at the nether. Yeah, we've just got the setup, so the endothermic pump puts lava in the lava generator first, so it can keep powering stuff up. And then it ports off to an ender tank, which I have made along with a little diamond additive to make it on my private channels for this world, or this server. So we got that, and that'll just constantly gather lava for us while we build the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I've moved this stuff around a bit. The teleportation gateway for the nether. Now, so we'll go back to Jaded Cliffs just before we go on. Last night I actually sat down and worked out what we could do for potentially the rest of the holidays, or slash season, or whatever you'd like to call it. We've got a bunch of stuff, so hang on, I'll just move back first. We've got a whole lot of things. So we got effective design, so I'm going to start building and explaining stuff throughout the next couple of episodes. And then the next one we will be doing energy production, probably in a week or so. Or maybe, no, in this episode, sorry. Or the next couple of episodes. And then along with that we've got like a couple of cool things like turrets and traps and photovoltaic cells from Ender.io. And I explain the way I automate things with degrees of automation and tesseract management, as well as do the magic stuff, so Thormic automation, Botania automation, Witchery automation. Witchery is going to be interesting because I've never done it before. And then we've also got Nether Star production, Star Miner expedition, dimension that I really want to visit because it's super cool. And some endgame stuff too, so fusion reactor builds and builders set, which is basically a list of items that are good for building. I might do a speed set sometime in the future, so stuff that you can equip yourself with to make yourself run quickly or build really well to a high degree, or like do massive attack damage or whatever. Yeah, so anyways, I'll take you to the site that we're going to start building at today and just explain it to you before I get started with the time-lapse. So the new place is called Artis Tenebrae, and it basically is Latin for crafting hold. Because I think it's the place that I'm building and living in is basically where I craft everything. So, yeah, no hidden motives there. But essentially, I've made myself an ender quarry. They're pretty straightforward. Tons of tutorials online for it. I've connected mine up to... Oh no, zombies gonna kill my stuff. Don't want you to do that. Basically, I've gotten another ender tank and ported it over to here and used a whole bunch more magmatic dynamos, which are pretty good. And then that charges the ender quarry. It's just a basic one. There's no upgrades on it. I did have an efficiency upgrade running on it beforehand, but it took too much power out, so we need to work on power gen very soon. But essentially what it's doing is it's mining out the area I'm going to build in. The reason I'm doing this is essentially turn everything into dirt, because the ender quarry has that special ability of transforming everything into dirt for the area it's mining out. So when I do want to mine down and put stuff in the ground, I can do it very quickly with a shovel, because dirt is very, very easy to mine and build with and fill up holes with, or move out with. But that's pretty much it. Actually, I'll just show you some of the stuff that we're going to be using. Essentially, we're going to be filling in the hole first with this stuff. the cobblestone from a what's it called? A transfer node with world interaction upgrades and speed upgrades in it. And essentially there's just a lava down here and water there, and they combine, well, they're placed right beside a cobblestone block, and then the transfer node goes on top, and then you got the speed upgrades which make it run fast, and the interaction upgrades that allow you to generate cobblestone from it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that'll just keep on generating cobblestone, which we'll fill up this big hole with first before we start laying the rest of the stuff on. As well as that, I'm not too sure what I'm going to build it out of yet, but over the time-lapse build I'll work it out between the different stages of layers. I do have a fair bit of skystone, about 800 blocks, but I want to kind of save that for something else. It was actually mined from here. So, yeah, that's probably about it. Hope you enjoy the rest of the episode, and if you don't like time-lapse builds, feel free to skip and go to another episode, or stop watching my videos, or watch something else interesting, or do something else, because, you know, yeah, it's only for people who are bored, or like Minecraft, or, you know, want to eat food and sit in front of the computer, or, you know, just crazy stalker people, maybe. But I'm pretty sure there's none of those guys out there, or girls, or whatever. Yeah, I'll stop talking now, and let you watch the actual video. Have fun. Hey guys, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm still learning how to build in time-lapse mode for this game. As you can see, there's nice looking birch wood machine wall areas, so I'll use these for all the automated machines and special crafting stuff that I'm going to do on site. And we've got our capacitor. Probably move that somewhere and put it in the middle over there. Have like an out interface reading so I can see it in the background nice and big. And then we've got our security manager for RF tools, along with the matter transmitter, dialing device and matter receiver. And then we've just got all the resources we've been using. Holy crap. So many resources. This obsidian chest, really big chest, got really full really quick and had to move some more resources in and chuck some more stuff in. I am going to finish this. This isn't finished yet. I am going to finish it off, but I've got to work out measurements. The amount of time it actually took to think about it was a fair amount. You also notice in one section of the time-lapse build beforehand had these concentric circles that Ozzy and I made. Well, a lot of credit go to Ozzy because he did a lot of work with me and it was very, very helpful. Thank him for that immensely. Yeah, but we made those concentric circles and then I thought about it and I went, it's not really functional. It looks good. Actually, it looks awesome, but it's not really functional. So what we did is we just took them out, and then what I tend to do, because usually bases like these that we build that are really big and automated, we tend to put them underground simply for one reason, which is basically you can stuff the machines in really far and put all the gear around them really easily. So it's nice and compact and succinct. But you tend not to do that above ground because you want to make your house nice and thin and small and, you know, not too big and too massive. But I've found a method of just basically building big block structures around the base on top of ground. And when you do this, you basically fill it in with cobblestone, as you saw in the video, and it can get a lot of stuff and machines in. And then you can still have stuff underground and hidden and everything, but it makes it nice and easy to build and construct stuff on an efficient time frame or time scale. I've also made it so, like the Mount Vera base, yeah, it looks pretty cool from above. It's going to look better in the future once it's finished, but like the Mount Vera base, hang on, why am I even showing you this? I think I'm pretty exhausted. In the Mount Vera base, the crafting table, you know how we have that set up that goes there, and then all the stuff around it. Basically, that explanation that we gave you in that earlier video in the series, it's the same concept, only on a larger scale and for more advanced machines. So again, it's simple, but it's big and slightly complex. I don't know how you can manage those in the same sentence, simple and complex, but just did. So yeah. Ozzy also made these coloured cobblestone bricks, and I brought along a lot of stuff. Yeah, so may have also seen the time-lapse build too. There's lots of cobblestone under here. That'll keep the creepers away if they actually come along. But basically, this magnum torch, I'll show you how to craft it. It's pretty important. Actually, no, I can just do this. Basically, to make that magnum torch, you just need a potion of healing, potion of regeneration, giant wood, and some chandeliers, which cost a diamond each and 2 gold. And essentially have, you know, it only costs like 5 diamonds, but it does cost a ghast here and a melon, a glistening melon, and some wood. But once you've got that, you can make a magnum torch, and basically it makes it stop mob spawning everywhere within a 64 block radius. I thought it was a 40 block radius, but 64 is awesome. It will not affect custom mob spawning, so it means we can also have awesome spawners here too. But essentially, for the rest of this build, I was thinking of putting extra utilities glass around like here, like so, and builders wanting it in, just like you would see in the build. If you're wondering why I was placing all the blocks so quickly in massive amounts, but essentially I'm going to put that around everywhere, and then that's going to surround this area so you can see out, and you can see all the machines were set up outside. Probably have some kind of, yeah, probably have like water mills over there, and a tree farm here, and a massive farm out there, and possibly a whole lot of other buildings too. But for now, this is pretty good, pretty decent sized. I'm very happy with it. I'm still not sure I'm gonna put my big version of an ME controller. I was thinking of putting it above, but I could do it. I'm gonna make it like archways, so it's like a bubble kind of thing. I'm gonna have one archway that goes here, and then one here, and then there'll be like a big bubble thing that goes around the center. So I could have all the ME controller wiring above. Could actually hide it too, but it could possibly go underground, depending on what I want to do. It does look neater underground, and it does have its benefits from doing it that way. So actually, yeah, I might actually put it underground, just thinking about it now. Yeah. And, yeah, hopefully I feel like my time-lapse builds aren't that great at the moment, because, let's face it, it's the first time I've actually done it. But I'll do the best I can. Any comments on hints and stuff is greatly appreciated. I don't mind the critical comment, or the criticizer, or critician. But that's probably about it. There's not a lot else to do in this episode, but I do have stuff planned for the next one, and it should be fun. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Enjoy!